One Punch Man chapter 121, Broken. So this was a very exciting chapter, but it also left us hanging. You know, like, Murata, give us what we want. Come on, man. Give me that fight. All the other stuff was cool, but give me that fight, bro. Come on. But it's alright. You know, he's working on like a bonus chapter at the same time. So we got to be grateful for what we're getting. I didn't even expect to get this chapter, but it's nice that we did, and it was epic, so let's get into it. So we're picking up where things left off in chapter 115, with Garou taking down Puri Prisoner, but that wasn't enough for him. Him dropping down wasn't good enough. He blasted him through like 5 walls after that. And what a coincidence, he's lining up with where Darkshine was. So this is a huge moment. When I saw this, I was hyped as hell. Darkshine meeting Garou, of all people. I bet you manga exclusives did not expect this little matchup to happen here, because you'd think like, oh, Darkshine's gonna go help an S-class hero, or he's gonna go fight another cadre. No, he's fighting Garou. And this does not how it happens in the webcomic. So this matchup does happen, but like, the whole connective tissue that we're getting here doesn't really play out this way, and it's such an improvement as to how it originally happens. I mean, like, originally, we don't even see Garou take down Puri Prisoner. It's kind of just like he beat him down, and then Darkshine finds him beat up, and then he goes out and finds Garou. But the way that this is all connecting, like, he blasts them through multiple walls, and then they just so happen to stumble across Darkshine at the same time. Very cool. So it looks like he's kind of doing the abandonment in this one panel, because of how, like, the smoke's coming out of his mouth, but I don't think that's it. I think it's just kind of like the smoke from the explosion through the walls that happened. I mean, if he's doing the abandonment, Puri would probably be, like, dead. So I don't think that's happening. But also, we're getting some hype, some expositional hype from Puri on Garou here. He's like, even with someone ridiculously unrivaled strength like you, Dark-chan. He calls him Darky in the webcomic. Either that was just a translation, or they're trying to clean up the racial undertones of that. And he's like, facing him in a frontal battle would be very risky. It's not convincing coming from me, the weakest S-class hero. So I think Puri's probably selling himself a little short here. So maybe coming into this arc, possibly he might have been the weakest, but as it stands right now, I think he for sure is stronger than Tank Top Master. And it's not really Tank Top Master's fault. You know, he didn't really get time to shine, or at least get some on-screen, on-panel training yet. But I think it's fair to say that with, like, the vibration stuff that he has, the bristle armor, and just the implied strength that he gained from his experience with Deep Sea King, and he kind of did some training, I guess, coming into this arc. I think he's stronger than Tank Top Master, so he's second to the weakest, not exactly the weakest. So is what Puri Prisoner is saying here true? Is this a risky fight for Darkshine? Because so far, it seems like Darkshine is easily one of the strongest S-class heroes. Like, he has been hyped up so much in the manga, and his feats of power have been ridiculous. Like, Bug God in his transformed state, he's like close to dragon level in that form. Just taking a guess, it's not confirmed, of course, we don't get a disaster level box on him, but he was already a demon. And what he did against Red Garou in chapter, 88, super impressive. So, like, he's getting more powerful, we can assume, after that. So he's like fringe dragon at that point, and he didn't land any scratches on Darkshine. Darkshine didn't even guard him. He just stood there like he was waiting in line or something, and then one-shotted him, no problem, with like a perfect right hook. So that's showing you, like, absurd. So that would mean Garou would have to be absurd as well, for this to be a risky fight for Prisoner here. Now, if we're comparing Prisoner's encounter with Neon and Garou, there is a contrast. So Puri, before he got the bristle armor and the regeneration powers, he took a feline retribution and didn't fall down. Like, it wrecked him for sure, but he still was able to gain his footing. Garou, on the other hand, that didn't happen. He took a clean water stream and he was just down, and he couldn't even get up. So that might be showing us the difference. But also, in the video I made recently, how strong is Garou right now, I estimate him to be a high dragon. You know, given how powerful he was against Orochi, which was, I don't know, definitely like mid-dragon level, just taking a guess. I mean, only really a mid-dragon could be able to deal with that kind of stuff. We can assume that Orochi put him very close to death at the end of that fight. I mean, he took, like, Orochi's water stream to the face, and he blasted him into that wall, and he was, like, unconscious. And what Giro kind of wants with Garou, we can assume that maybe it was, like, a plan for Orochi to push him that far so that he could receive another near-death revival boost, Zenkai boost type power thing. Because he woke up in chapter 115, and he looks different, so we can assume that he has received another boost, therefore he has leaped to High Dragon at this point. Meaning that we're going to see a High Dragon versus High Dragon battle here, because I also estimate Darkshine to be a High Dragon as well. And this panel, this 2-page spread of like Garou and Darkshine squaring off, incredible. Just always amazing from Murata. I love this panel so much. Can't wait to see all the people that color it. And yeah, I'm excited. And I know you guys are too. Because this is going to be incredible. High Dragon versus High Dragon, people. So unfortunately, it cuts to Child Emperor. And we're seeing what he's finally doing now that he's back in the Monster Association. He had just dropped off Waganma to the support team on the surface. And we all saw what happened with that. And then he went back down. And now he's coming across Atomic Samurai's disciples. But also, before that, he's like looking for other heroes to communicate with on the communicator thing. And then he specifically says that Atomic Samurai hasn't responded. And the last time we saw him, he was dealing with Black S. So that might be indication that things are going so well with Black S. Or he just still has his hands tied. Either way, it seems like the fight hasn't been resolved. So he's coming across Atomic Samurai's disciples, and as you guessed, they're completely wrecked, because I think it was like chapter 114, they ran into Evil Natural Water. And given that they had just essentially high diffed just one like mid-demon and devil longhair, there was no way that they were going to take down a cadre, especially one that's implied to be rather powerful. Because the whole thing with Evil Natural Water was like he needed to be sealed away by Giro because of how like outrageous he is and how unpredictable he is. Because it doesn't seem like he has like any kind of intelligence. Like, yeah, he is sentient, but I don't know, maybe he's barely even self-aware at this point. Who really knows what's going on? We haven't gotten too much exposition about this character yet. But I also like that Child Emperor put some respect on Phoenix Man's name. He's like, somehow I feel this is more of a winnable fight than Phoenix Man. Now, is that true? I don't know. We'll see. So then the water shoots 3 jets at Child Emperor, and he's able to avoid these. And, like, he was already able to avoid the initial jet shot at him. So I think this might be proving that the reading on Child Emperor from the Okami mask that I talk about in Child Emperor's power level mask video, it's probably true, because it rated him to be, like, around the level of, like, a top 10 A-class guy. And, people were like, oh, is it true? Is it not? Is it just talking about his brain? I don't think so. I think he's physically as capable as, like, an A-class hero, meaning that he's pretty much broken. He was born with the brains and the bronze, because if he's moving like this, just as a kid, then he's clearly on the level of an A-class hero, at least just from a physicality standpoint, because E-Iron, it seemed like he was struggling with dodging these, and given how they turned out, it doesn't seem like they were too successful in their further dodging attempts. So it's like not anybody can just dodge these jets. They're like ridiculously fast. We can see that he's clearly struggling. And then we're getting more insight into the fish and how they work with Evil Natural Water. So he's not controlling them. They just have like a symbiotic relationship. So they kind of just chill in him and they do whatever they want and he's cool with it. Which is interesting because, like I've said before, these fish are new to the manga. The Evil Natural Water doesn't have these in the webcomic. But it's not like they're weak or anything. They are breaking his bladed weapons that he has coming out of his backpack. But then he, like, cuts them up no problem with his recorder lightsaber. So, the verdict is still out on these things, but I guess they just, spice him up a little bit. And then he says, like, just touching the stream could be fatal because they're that powerful. And he says, like, it's similar to, like, a water jet cutter used for demolition work. Like, I've seen this YouTube channel that just focuses on, like, water jet cutter stuff. And they're powerful. They literally, almost literally cut through anything. Not instantly. It takes them, like, 40 minutes to cut through something. But you could just imagine, like, if it's that powerful in reality, how powerful the evil natural water must be with these things. And then out of nowhere, Child Emperor pulls out another robot that we haven't seen before. Like, I thought we saw almost everything against Phoenix Man, but no, he's got another Lego snowman skiing robot, which is awesome. And this one has, like, ice powers. It has, like, ice breath, and it could freeze the evil natural water. Solid strategy here, pun intended, because, you know, it's like he already saw that he had a vulnerability against amorphous regenerative beings, like when he fought against sludge jellyfish in chapter 97. So he needs to take different measures. With sludge jellyfish, you know, he pumped them with liquid fuel, blew them up. But now he's like, you know, I'll just freeze this dude. And it seems to be working so far, because he says that it can't. its own body temperature. So is this the end for the evil natural water? Did Child Emperor just easily solo one of the cadres? Maybe we'll find out in the next chapter. I hope we don't. I hope we go back to Darkshine versus Garou. Please, Murata. But we'll see what happens. Either way, it's going to be a fun chapter. We might get a solid conclusion to one of these fights. But that's pretty much it. Let me know what you thought about this one, guys. If you liked it, please give it a like. I also have a Patreon. It gives you access to a weekly Q&A. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day.